Welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the New York Mets taking on the Miami Marlins. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. All right, ready to go here. Here's Pete Alonso. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Hampson jumps, throws. One out in the top of the first. Here's Francisco Lindor, a guy who makes an impact not just at the plate but also in the field. Line drive, base hit.
He was all over that one. To me, it's just a really controlled, balanced swing. He wasn't trying to do too much with it. Just stayed disciplined, got the barrel to the...
Struck him out without a swing. Fastball at the letters, froze him for strike three. Man at first, Starling Marte up now for the Mets. Next offering is in for a strike. Slice the other way. That's a base hit, and that's going to roll to the wall. Around third. The relay. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0. The tag, and that's out number 3. But they push across. One run on 2 hits. No error. And no one left. We go to the bottom of the first, and now for the Marlins, Jazz Chisholm Jr. And a swing and a miss there.
Yeah, when you get to the big leagues, you think about
the punch out there, and there's one down.
well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number.
Got him. Strikes out the side to begin the game. What a start.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back here at the ballpark, all set. For the start of the inning. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Line drive, caught. Eduardo Escobar, El Caballo up to hit. The outfield shifted pretty heavily towards right field. Up the middle. Over to Cooper. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second. Here's Tommy Pham. And a pitch. Line drive. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that bottom of the second. Avisail Garcia. Up to the plate. To third. Escobar collects. To first. That's 1 out the bottom of the second. Jorge Soler up at the plate. The outfield playing him to pull with the center fielder positioned in that left center field gap. Pham drifts towards it. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
That one gets down for a hit, and that keeps the inning alive. Runner at first with 2 away. Here's Garrett Hampson. Check swing. Now to look down to first. And that's a swing, according to umpire Matthew Ross. Marlins lead. Back here in Miami. New inning getting started. And now Omar Narvaez. Hard hit right side. Base hit. That was smoke through the infield. Off to a good start with a leadoff knock.
Try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with guys trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
The pitch. Runner on the go. Battling here as he fouls it away. Narvaez gets his lead at first. Nobody out. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. 1-1 now. Bounce to the left side. Wendell. Over to Jazz. There's one. And it's a double play to end the inning. Welcome back. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And at the plate for Miami, Joey Wendell. Next offering is in for a strike. And another ball. The next offering misses. And now it's 3-2. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. No messing around with the pitch calling in that sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah, and that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you he can handle it?
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And there's 2 away. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Here's a 1-2. On the ground, right side. McNeil collects it. Sends it to first, and that'll do it. Miami down in order. They trail here 1-0. As we go to the top of the 4th. Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. And that one is lifted in the air. De La Cruz should have this one. Makes the grab, 1 away. Jeff McNeil stands in. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And a foul ball. The 1-2. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And he's down on strikes for the 2nd time today. 2 outs. Base is empty. Stepping in, Starling Marte. They say he went. Now a screamer into the outfield. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And bottom 4. Now it's the Marlins catcher, Nick Fortes.
The catcher, Nick Fortes.
Next offering is in for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
And now it's Garrett Cooper up to him. 1-2 now. Good eye right there. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout.
Well, he's showing some pretty dominating stuff out there in this one, not just in terms of swing and miss, but also in terms of command. You know, all the strikeouts, they just kind of speak for themselves, but when you don't walk anyone, you're demonstrating that you have the confidence in your abilities to truly go right after opposing batters.
The wind of the pitch. Stays alive. And a 1-2 again. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And the pitch. And that one handled. Gathers and throws to first. And that is that. And 1-2-3 go the Marlins. They still trail 1-0. Ready now for the 5th inning. And now, Brandon Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo.
Ground ball up the middle. Whips it to first on the run. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. Now the third baseman, Eduardo Escobar. Here comes a pitch.
Escobar.
On the ground. Hampson handles. Tosses to first. There to beat him by an eyelash. Singy, it was tough to tell in live action if the ball actually beat him. So they have decided to challenge the play, and now it's up to the replay umpires in New York to make the call. Here's one more look, Singy. You think they're going to overturn it? I kind of do.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance as well. I mean, the more I look at these different angles, the more I'm becoming convinced that he actually beat the throw. So it's turning out to be a pretty good challenge.
The decision's been made, and he's safe. So they overturn the... Now here is Tommy Pham. Base hit center field. Escobar around second. The throw in, and he's out. But he's in there easily. Omar Narvaez at the plate.
Omar Narvaez.
Payoff pitch. Liner, base hit. Pham around third. He will score, and they lead by 2. And in at second with an RBI double.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Next is the designated hitter, Brett Beatty. His first at bat was a strikeout. The pitch. And a base hit into right. Narvaez headed for the plate. Cooper with a relay throw. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over. One for the Mets here on the RBI double. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And now for the Marlins, Jorge Soler. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. One up, one down.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
Next offering misses, and that's ball 2. There's a strike. In the air, out towards right center. Nimmo running hard to get it. That skips over the fence, so it's an automatic double. And the batter now, Garrett Hampson. That one in for a strike, 2-2. And now it's filled up.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walked out a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
Here's a new pitcher from the pen, David Robertson.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations. He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Got him! Now 2 away.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the ball.
Well, got to pause on that thought, as that'll do it for the inning. Marlins strand a pair. They're still down. Back here in Lone Depot Park. Start of the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Pete Alonso. Ball to strike. Into left center for a base hit. Now he'll turn for second. Hampson with a relay throw. Not going to get him. He's in there.
A little more backspin on that instead of the top spin. And he's jogging around the bases rather than pulling up at second.
And now it's Frankie Lindor. Singleton scored back in the 1st. He's 1 for 2. Over to Cooper. Lindor retired. And now here's Jeff McNeil, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Runner!
Uh-oh, and he broke early for 3rd. They get the tag on him, and that's the 2nd out. Ripped to short. Hampson picks it up. Gets it to first. And that is that. 1 hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Mets 2 and the Marlins nothing. Back here at the ballpark, bottom of the 6th. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now.
Second baseman.
It's good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
And he walked him.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
No outs, runner at first. And at the plate for Miami, Nick Fortes. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know what?
Runner on the move. There's a ball. Safe at second, and that was not close.
You know, nights like this, when it seems harder to score, I like the call to put him in motion and try to steal the base. Ball's not carrying, no home runs so far, so trying to manufacture some offense like this may be the way to go.
And there's ball 4.
Walks out of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum very quickly. They're in some hot water trying to protect this lead.
Popped up. Marte pulls that one down. That's out number 2.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but a competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at-bat.
And up next for Miami, Jorge Soler. The 2-2. This to third. They take the force out. Play made. That ends the inning. And welcome back. Now it's the right fielder, Starling Marte. The pitch. Line drive, base hit, right center field. And that's going to roll to the wall. Around first and hustling for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Drove that ball nicely, put a great swing on it, and it jumped off.
New pitcher for the Marlins, Tommy Nance.
And that's a big potential run out there at second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by them into the outfield any way they can.
Marte at second with nobody out. Up the middle. Hampson on to first. That's the first out in the top of the 7th. So digging in, Eduardo Escobar. 1 for 2. That one misses, and it's 2-1.
Don't be surprised, a ball on the ground to the corners, that they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
And a pitch. And that's outside.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Swing and a miss. 3-2 now. Runner on at third, 1 gone. Base knock center field. Runner from third comes across. It's 3-zip. So up next, Tommy Pham. And he deals. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase. Ripped to third and caught. Omar Narvaez up now for the Mets. Here's a 1-1. Rips one to right. Garcia makes the catch, and that'll do it. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on. Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th. And here is Ryan De La Cruz. The Marlins in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
And 1-2. That's to third. Escobar with the throw to first. And 1 away in the bottom of the 7th.
The batter, number 4, shortstop.
Here's a speed threat, Garrett Hampson. He's 0 for 1. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a sense of urgency for the defense because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
That one to first. He handles it himself. 2 up, 2 down.
Look at the big guy getting down and dirty, robbing what probably would have been a double if it gets by him. Love to see that because most times it's the shortstop or second baseman, but he wants to get in the mix a little bit as well.
Here's Joey Wendell. Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat. And the Marlins down quiet. So the Marlins go with a new arm, Matt Barnes.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep him within striking distance.
That one is absolutely belted. And out of here. He'll circle the bases, and they boost their lead. It's 4-0.
Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Pete Alonso digs in now. The outfield playing him to pull with the center fielder positioned in that left center field gap. So now 1-2.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Swings through him for the K. Had him out front for strike 3. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. And here it comes. Out to short. Slings it across. Lindor retired. 2 outs, base is empty. And stepping in for New York, Jeff McNeil. Good contact guy, good defender. And he grounds one back up the middle. Oh, great stop. Oh, and it bounces on him at first. Can't pick it up, and the inning's still alive. 2 outs, runner at first. Starling Marte up now for the Mets for the 4th time tonight at the Belton Fires. Liner to second and picked on the hop. Over to first. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. The Mets do pick up a run on this solo blast. Back here in Miami, bottom of the 8th. Gene Segura at the plate here.
The designated hitter, Segura.
Next pitch is popped up. Lindor on to first. And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. Here's a 1-1. Wouldn't chase that time.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Next pitch is outside. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 away.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
The Mets with a new arm on the mound, Tyler McGill. He's being eased into the game here with the bases empty.
Tyler McGill.
Swing and a miss. That is strike 2. This to center field. Nimmo has it sized up. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Nothing doing for the Marlins. Back here at Lone Depot Park. All set to start the 9th in this one. Here's the center fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Rips that one to right. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't get enough air under to drive it out of here, but you'll take that swing and that result every time.
Now at the plate, Eduardo Escobar. And that's going to roll to the wall. Here's the throw to the plate. The tag out. So digging in, Tommy Pham, 1 for 3. Kicks and fires. Swings and misses. And a count 1-2. Right side, hard hit. Steps on first for the out. And now, Omar Narvaez. Bounce back to the mound. Jazz tosses the first, and that is that. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. All set for the bottom of the 9th. And now for the Marlins, Garrett Cooper. Next offering is fouled back. And now 2-2. That one missed.
See how the catcher wanted that pitch up and in. Want to try to tie him up. That's the one thing we're seeing, that high fastball. You have to get it up there because of how hitters have changed their swings.
Boog, do you think you could draw a walk in the bigs if we gave you enough at bats?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that if they gave the pitcher a false scouting report on me, yes, I think I could draw a walk. Garcia gone on the play, and there's one down. And at the plate for Miami, Jorge Soler. Next offering is fouled back. Kicks and deals. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And puts the squeeze on it. That's out number 2. Man at first. And up next for Miami, Brian De La Cruz. Next pitch is popped up. Base hit. Marte throws to second. Tag. Got him. And that's the ball game.
Well, you win this one 4-0, and it feels like you could have exploded for more offensively, but you also realize that at times it was hard to score. So you get out of here feeling good about this win.